So it's a Statesman Royal here, so I've got my little setup in here. So I'm now at the tidy up time of just tidying up, starting to cable high, or sort of say P-clip all these bundles back so it neatens it up and it's nice and all nice and tidy. But you can see I've got the Victron 150 solar MPPT charger there, DC, so when I'm traveling I've got charge coming into the battery. I've got your 240 volt Blue Smart charger there from Victron as well there, so if I'm in the caravan park there's power coming in. That's the brake safe system up there. I've just got an AGM battery down here at the moment, that's going out obviously, and there's a lithium coming in. Little fuse board there and switch panel there for both the battery and the panel voltage to disconnect that if I need be. Now those flexible panels, I stuck them up on the roof there, and they're flexible, so as you can see the curvature of the roof there, that they curve around really nicely and sit nicely, and I've got bugger all curvature on that as far as flexing those panels, but they sit there really nicely. Now I've direct fixed those panels, stuck them straight to the top of the roof. If you look up the Renogy site with these flexible panels, they'll suggest that the fixing method is to stick them straight to the roof just like that. Got 3 of them there, so 3 times 175. So a fair chunk of power going in there. Now these are the prismatic type with those plastic sort of prism type cells on the top of the surface, which maximise the amount of sunlight coming in from all different directions. So if the sun's coming in from over this way here, it's going to bounce down and direct it straight back down onto the panel to maximise the efficiency of the panel. The other thing to maximise the efficiency of the panel is what they say is you should leave an air gap. Even though Renogy say that you can directly fix these, they don't like heat. They like to keep cool. So having an air gap is very advantageous towards maximising your efficiency or your output that solar panels are going to put out. So how did I do this to achieve that? Because they look like they're directly fixed straight to the surface. Well, they are, but they're not. So my sneaky little trick, just a heads up, this is a great idea. It's working well for me, and the results are bloody fantastic from what I'm getting back through my monitor of how much is going back in, even in these semi-shaded positions, is I got 3 strips of Velcro. So 1 strip down the middle of the solar panel and 1 strip down each side, just in front of the edge there, so I can still get enough fixing glue just to the edges. I then stuck that down, I then run around a bead of your Sikaflex, which is the adhesive that's going to stick it to the roof, all the way around the edges and down in between the 2 Velcros down the middle, each side of the middle, piece of Velcro, and lightly tapped it down, stuck it down. Now what that's done is that double-sided Velcro, so with the hook and the loop, so that effectively gave me a 3mm gap between the surface of the roof and the back of the solar panel. So the solar panel wouldn't sit flat or wouldn't sit flush down on that caravan. It stayed up slightly. So it created that little air gap underneath it. Now that air gap is just enough to hugely increase the efficiency of these panels by having that little bit of an air gap, so they can run a little bit cooler, stay a little bit cooler, and still look like they're directly fixed and do a really good job. So that's all I've done there. So that's just a bit of a heads up. A really cool idea is do that. After that, I've stuck them down, obviously just gently so I don't close that air gap. Once that's dried, I've then run around the edges with some cork, some roof and gutter one, same in a white. You can get it in a white, so it sort of is pleasing to the eye. Looks like it's part of the van, just so I can keep the water out from around the edges and any rubbish that I don't want to get under the panels. Let it dry and happy days. I've still got the cables up there to finish off. I've started to paint those white so they disappear, and then I'll fix them down there with some little cable clips. So there you go. That's the Renogy panels there I've got on the roof. They are working bloody fantastic. Keeping that air gap is obviously great if you can do it, and that's a pretty simple idea to achieve that just with a bit of double-sided tape. Yeah, so there's my update. I hope that helps out any guys that want to do the same, but definitely check out this stuff. 25 years warranty on these Renogy panels. It says it all. Thanks for watching.